holiday news. All the bairns were kitted out in their brand new sheen and hand-knitted jerseys. The bell had gone and they were all lined up, loons in a line and quines in another, waiting to show the teacher their hunkies and clean hands. The loons were laughing at Jeanie, 'cause the strap in een of her sandals was a Nora colour. Poor Jeanie. She'd gotten bonny new sandals, and they were in the box, but the lid was open, and the dog grabbed hold of een and chawed the strap. She was fair bawling. She hadn't even had them on to the kirk. They were split new. Well, her mother had to go to the saddler and get a new strap put on. Now she had to thaw the coarse loons laughing at her spoiled sheen. Her pals tried to cheer her up by saying, "Ach, well, you want to have a job cleaning your left foot for your resting." That's only made the loons laugh all the more. But they soon get quiet when the dominie come out. After the register, Miss Spark told them that they would write about their summer holidays and then read it out to the class. The morning soon get by, with everybody scratching away making their stories. Afore the kind far a time had gone, the teacher was getting Sandy to give out the milk. "Don't forget to save the cardboard tops, boys and girls. They are the ideal size for making little pom-poms, and the ready-cut straw hole saves us having to cut out one ourselves. Mary will collect them in, and we will use them later in the week to make our pom-poms. Now hurry up and drink your milk before playtime." The loons get to their playground to play fiddle, and the quines get to theirs to play ducky. After playtime, Miss Spark got everybody to read out what they had written. Violet told them all about her camping holiday. Her father had hired a tent and a car, and the whole family, her two sisters, her brother, her father, her mother, and the dog, had gone down to Edinburgh for a fortnight. They'd seen the castle and been to the zoo and learned all kind of things. Elke time they moved, each of the bairns had a job to do. Violet had to count the tent pegs, and woe betide if there wasn't enough pegs in this time when they pitched the tents. She fair enjoyed their holiday, nae least the Lorne sausage atween twa slices of loaf. Isabel told them all about their holiday in a caravan in Stonehaven. It was just magic, she said. "I get to a bookshop. They have a bra bookshop in Stonehaven, and I used my holiday money to buy a famous 5. Oh, I loved the famous 5. We teen were bikes down with us and biked all round the town. We get to a picture house where you could watch the film 2 times in a sitting. My brother fell asleep, so I had to waken him up before the brass band played at the end of the nest. We get to the open-air swimming pool. It was raining, there was a entertainment in the town hall. And we get to a cafe and had a knickerbocker glory. It cost £0.50. My mother was sick after it, and fit she went on about the waste of £0.50. Miss Spark loped up and shooshed the class because everybody started laughing. "Settle down, boys and girls. This is not acceptable behaviour. Isabel, take your seat, and we'll move on to the next person." Syne, Billy told about his camping trip when it rained buckets. It was just a splitter of wheat, and Gron got a dubby that they had to get tractors to come and pull out the caravans that got late. Billy started to act out the scene when he told the class about a caravan. It was being trailed out to the park. There was a Glasgow wifey leaning out the back window singing, I'm nae a watty by the wa. Again, Miss Sparkle loped up and put a name to Billy's story before the rest of the class could join in with his antics. Sheena, you are next, she said. Sheena read her story about her holiday up at Glenmick with her auntie and uncle. She gaed there elke summer with her mother and her sister. Her father was working, so he couldn't gang with them, but he hired a car and taken them out over to the Lumfannin for they gaed on a train to Ballater. Her uncle met him off a train with a shooting brake to take him up a glen. Miss Spark told us that when Queen Victoria got through Lumfannin on the train, she speared the driver to gang slow, so she could hear quick gack at the kirk up in the hill. The Stothard Memorial Church is a very fine granite building, said Miss Spark. I can understand why Her Majesty thought it was the most beautiful church on this side. Alec's story was scanty. I get to my granny for my holidays. I walked there myself. I did her a hand to muck out the hen house. Miss Spark was ill pleased. Fit could she do with Alec? She wagged her finger and shook her head. She was glad there wasn't mony more bairns left to listen till. She wasn't sure her nerves could tak muckle more. And eastbody to read out her holiday news was nice. It was shortsome. She had been at a guide camp up at Dowie for all kinds of capering get on. They'd put the milk into a big jug in the water to keep it cool. When none of the queens get to get it, the jug took off down the burn and she had to gang running after it. Then a sheep invaded the park and was running about the campsite being chased by the guider. On last night, some local loons let down tents and the queens were running about the campsite in their knickers, and the guider was running after the loons. By the time Ness had finished her story, the whole class was in stitches. Poor Miss Spark was at the end of her tether with them all. What could she do with such ill-tricked bairns, for couldn't sit quiet and behave themselves? She did a new holiday news for a day. It was time for sums. That would timmer them in about a bit. Well, she hoped it would.